intervals between gates, fast changes of direction, highest technical demands. In short, we had the slalom today, the classic of the alpine skiing disciplines. Fans come here from all over the world to watch this event, and I'm absolutely sure they won't be disappointed.
Not today.
There was nothing to grumble about at the start.
Well, it's not our style anyway to grumble. I mean,
training has paid off. We have a look at the intermediate time.
let's keep our fingers crossed, Tom. This looks very promising.
Russell, do you ever remember having seen such a fast race?
No, that was without question.
In slalom, rules don't prescribe helmets, but many skiers still wear them. And they also use arm, knee and shin guards to protect themselves from painful contact with others.
Well, I can understand that.
Did you see the slightest mistake at the start, Russell?
No, that was absolutely perfect. I think that the fellow competitors have a very big problem now.
Yeah, it looks like it. That's pretty good. The performance is much better than what we've seen before.
It is. No, that...
The mistakes keep coming. I'll be surprised if this race goes to the finish.
I will too.
And another excellent round. First place. There's nothing more to say except that it was a world-class performance. At my side today, the winter sport expert Russell McPherson. He's been national skiing coach for many years.
Hello, Tom.
On the big hill, it was Thomas Morgenstern from Austria who left the opponents trailing at the Winter Games in Turin last year. His team colleague, Andreas Kofler, won silver. The Norwegian, Lars Busto, bronze.
By the way, Morgenstern won his first World Cup competition when he was only 16 years old.
16, isn't that unbelievable?
Yeah, that was in 2003 in the Czech town of Liberec.
That's a pretty fast inline speed. The competition can hardly compete with that.
Well, he seems to have chosen a special wax for his skis.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't do better. Now let's take a deep breath. Now the skier skills are needed, Russell. There's a strong crosswind.
You need a lot of experience to cope with these bad conditions, Tom.
If he can transform this good inline speed into distance, he'll be among the top group.
Wait a minute, Tom. Don't be so hasty.
That's the victory. First place, ladies and gentlemen, and the rivals will share the rest of the ranking. This is the logical result of two almost faultless rounds.
Absolutely sensational.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tom Davids. The last few seconds before the start.
That's the kind of moment that sends shivers down my spine.
Oh yeah, but not least because of the low temperatures. wonder if the competition can cope with such a fast start. That was really impressive. The winning place will be fought out amongst the other racers. The intermediate time is simply too weak for a place amongst the best.
Yeah, I don't want to say this, Tom, but I think you're absolutely right.
Thanks again, Russ. Oh, very bad intermediate time, Russell.
I had hoped for more, Tom. This means saying goodbye to a good ranking record.
You've been active in winter sport for a long time.
That's true, but actually it was not my most successful time when I was on the skis myself.
You said that one. Well, after you became coach of the national team.
That was a big challenge. Of course, I hesitated at first. I didn't know if I was capable of doing it, but finally, I did in my country.
Maybe this was the disappointment of the competition. The time is much below what we'd all expected.
That's too bad.
This is Tom Davies speaking. I wish you a very warm welcome on behalf of the whole team. Until 1977, athletes used large caliber rifles in biathlon, and the targets were up to 200 metres away when shooting in a prone position. Later on, small bore rifles were introduced with an ammunition that has a diameter of 5.6 millimetres. She's pretty fast, but I suppose she'll have enough breath left to shoot one, would you say?
I certainly hope so, but it will be difficult. You know, it'll be crucial for her to get her pulse under control.
She's started in good shape. You can tell by the speed she's got.
Yeah, it's pretty fast. She might embarrass the competition.
Intermediate time should soon... Yeah, there it is. She was very fast before the shooting. She's holding out well. Well, she certainly doesn't want to risk losing that good position, Russ.
Yeah, one fault would still be okay, but is any more?
No more than one. Unflappable. Yes, well done. Next hit. Phenomenal shooting interlude there. She hit the target 5 times without batting an eyelid.
That was incredibly good.
I wonder if she's satisfied with the intermediate time. There's a real fight there on the trail. When it comes to the push, you can always avoid shoving, but you shouldn't do it on purpose. Oh, that's really not the way to do it.
That's not fair enough.
Russell, you're the expert. What do you say about this intermediate time?
What do I say? Well, she's pretty fast, and if she continues like this, she could even win the race.
Oh, she's going like a bat out of hell. I wonder if she's got enough power to keep going till the finish. Well, the intermediate time could still be a bit faster, but it's more than all right. She's coming to the shooting with a great time. If she can do a faultless performance,
Then
now...
surely sure a top rank, and that's for sure.
Right. The first shot is the hardest, but well done. Phenomenal shooting interlude there. She hit the target 5 times without batting an eyelid.
That was incredibly good.
Oh, it can't be true. She's done away with any chance of winning. That just shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, and she'll get some very painful headlines at home.
You can bet on that, Russ. She's disappointed too many people with this unacceptable performance. Get back to your career as a national coach. Your country notched up some successes with you.
Well, of course, we have to keep up with the other big winter sport nations.
Well, your country offers the perfect conditions for all kinds of winter sport.
You know, Tom, I couldn't agree with you more. And I invite all of our spectators to come over and visit it.
Well, I'm sure they will.
My name is Russell
Oh,
McPhee.
we're not on air yet, Russell. What? Ah, okay, so we are on air. Fast and powerful. That's what a bobsleigh team has to be at the start. Even a thousandth of a second can decide about whether you win or lose in the end.
I've seen teams lose several seconds at the start, and in bobsleigh, that's light years that you can never make up again.
Let's look at... okay, that's the intermediate.
Look, the intermediate time.
They'll have to be careful. They slightly touch the board with their bob. If the touch gets more violent than this, it becomes the precious time.
So they will.
Oh, that wasn't serious. It doesn't cost much time to touch the board slightly like this. Reasonable fourth place. It'll be hard to compete with the very best. Let's just wait and see the second round. Bobsleigh races were held for the first time at the Olympic Games back in 1924. Do you remember who won that competition then, Russ?
Well, it was the four-seater Bob from Switzerland.
Hey, that's pretty impressive, Russell. Sometimes I do think you're actually there. Just how do these board contacts actually go?
Well, that's easy. If the bob is too fast in the bend, it automatically leaves the ideal line in the ice canal and is pushed against the board at the end of the curve. That costs precious time, of course.
They're so fast, I'm not sure if they notice that they touch the ball.
Of course they do. You always notice it as they do.
Not a top rank, but still a reasonable result. Rank 4 is nothing to be ashamed about.
You know, it's taking part that really counts.
Never would have thought to have heard that from you. This is Tom Davids again. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. She's done some convincing performances this season, but some of them were pretty disappointing too. What's your feeling for today then, Russ?
Well, Tom, my feelings are of no importance. It's crucial that she believes in herself.
Yeah, she has to. That was a good start. Let's see what follows.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to the intermediate time. Slightly touches the board there. Will she lose time because of this, Russ?
Yeah, I think a little bit, but not very much, or a few thousandths of a second at most.
Oh, did you see that, ladies and gentlemen? She touched the board slightly and loses some speed as she left the ideal line. Oh, that is a hit.
It certainly is.
A small mistake, and fortunately only had a small effect, it seems. A slight touch of the board won't cost too much time, but it's still a helpful. This performance cries out for an analysis by her coach. Nothing worked out for her. The result, of course, is something like that. Yep. Of course, her performance in this competition will be compared to her successes in the past. To be honest, I wouldn't like to be in her shoes right now.
Me either.
A snappy start. Well done.
Sure was.
Motivation is kicking in now. This looks much better than before, doesn't it, Russ?
Yeah, you can clearly see that.
Intermediate time should soon... Yeah, there it is. Things seem to be working out this time. No comparison to the former performances.
Yeah, I'm amazed.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Then we can forget about the performance at the beginning and call it a full part. That means
what?
a mistake. Unfortunately, that's only fourth place. It's a little annoying, but if you think about it, it corresponds with the performance.
Unfortunately, it does.
Today I have Russell McPherson with me, an old hand in skiing.
I take that as a compliment, Tom.
Oh, it is. And now it's up to the Germans to show what they're capable of. They're the next nation to go into the competition.
The pressure on them to perform is enormous, but they've become hardened to it.
Now they're sweeping again in front of the stone to make it still a little faster. No matter what happens, the broom may not touch the stone. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tom Davids. This is it for the team from the USA. They're listening to their coach's final instructions.
Yes, but this close to the start, you're much more locked in on your own thoughts, trying to concentrate. And you're not aware of what's going on around you, so this doesn't make much sense for the coach. Better simply keep his fingers crossed.
Earlier, the brush was only used to clean the ice surface.
That's true, Tom, but you know, today it's an important means to place the stone as close to the center as possible. Now let's see how it works out.
I wonder if they can get a good position for the last stones. That means a precise aim. It's not so easy to get the right speed for the granite stones on the slippery ice.
Yeah, but there are sweepers too.
Yeah, sweeping. Clears the ice and lets the stone slide further into the house. Earlier, the brush was only used to clean the ice surface.
Wow!
Well, Russell, that was a good one, wasn't it?
Yeah, actions like this are a real nuisance for the opponent. One stone is out and won't score anymore, and that's the right way to play it.
Final preparations for the USA. They're trying to push concentration to the maximum. And then it's off to the start, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, they hit the opponent's stone. Is that a wise thing to do, Russ?
Don't know.
So let's have a look at our winter sport Bible. Right, it's the Americans' turn now. So this is bound to be really thrilling.
Yeah.
Ouch! I'm sure the other team won't appreciate that. They bumped their stone and removed it from play. The stone is supposed to glide a little further, that's why they're sweeping the surface.
Yeah, because the stone is faster on a layer of water.
Superb! Great rejoicing in the audience. The stone has slipped right into the centre of the house.
And if it stays there, that's half the battle.
It's not so easy to keep the stone in the game. If it doesn't go over the hog line, it's invalid. If it glides over the back line, it's invalid too. So let's hope it will stop in the valid area.
Yeah.
Russell, was that intentional?
No idea. I don't know their tactics, but, in any case, it was the opponent's stone they hit after all.
The last stone again weighs more than 20 kilograms, and as all the others, it should be played to the right point. Now they're sweeping again in front of the stone to make it still a little faster. The stone is supposed to glide a little further, that's why they're sweeping the surface.
Yeah, because the stone is faster on a layer of water.
Well, Russell, that was a good one, wasn't it?
Yeah, actions like this are a real nuisance for the opponent. One stone is out, won't score anymore, and that's the right way to play it.
Yep.